What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally gameplay video for you guys today. And today we're checking out Crimson Desert. Or at least I hope so. I tried on the Steam Decks, got it to run somewhat on the LCD. Couldn't even try it on the OLED. Couldn't get it to start up into the actual game, not even once. Farthest I got was the settings. So, these things are also under minimum specs, at least in the GPU department. Hey you, no sleep time yet. I really need to just go in there, suck it up, and just go tell it to stop going to sleep so early. That would solve like all my problems when I do these intros. But I always forget and move on and start just making the video, and then forget. But why don't we stop wasting time? We'll start, of course, with the oldest and not really the weakest. Well, it is the weakest, but these two are so close that it's like splitting hairs. But the Xbox Ally X is actually a little more powerful, so we'll see if this is one of those games where it pulls far ahead or if it's just going to be worse. A couple of games I've tested out are actually worse on this Xbox version than these two older ones here. But hey, that's why we're going to test it. See A, if it works at all, and B, how well it works. So let's jump on in. So this is obviously not going to work very well, but I wanted to try it anyway. We're just going to do 1080p high. Now, you actually might be able to get it a little bit more playable if you use some upscaling, but I was just doing the presets, and the presets did not include upscaling, so I used upscaling during my settings. The same thing with ray tracing, at least when you're using overzealous settings like this. I tried turning it off and on before I quit. It only was equating to like a couple FPS. It wasn't like a night and day difference or anything like that.
Get your fat fingers off me! You're just getting no place.
So now for 900p in medium settings, and does a little bit better, but still not what I'd consider even close to playable myself, but hey, that's just me. There could be some people that could find this more than playable. So there's all the medium settings right there. And alrighty, why don't we go get to some gaming?
I'll reunite you with deer. You just shit on my shoe.
long time. Miss me? You're then pathetic. I expected better from the so-called protectors of Payloon.
So now for 720p low settings, which is your best bet for getting the most FPS. My settings get less FPS than this, but it looks slightly better. Not by a humongous amount because I have to use upscaling, but that's what I chose to do. But first, we'll see what it can do with these settings.
Send them all to the Look at you. All this effort, and you still end up bowing to me. What's that? Got something to say? Go on then. Out with it. I'm all ears. Well, you had your chance. Let this be a lesson to all you wolf whelps. Dead already. Give Gian my regards. Hunt down every last grey man.
So 900p quality settings is what I chose for my settings here. I don't like having to rely on upscaling, especially when you're already at such low resolutions, but I just couldn't get quite what I wanted without it. If you don't want to use upscaling, I'd recommend just sticking with 720p low. But anyway, let's go hop into the game and just see how my settings do real quick. Then we'll move on to the next ally. Starting all over again on the Ally X now. We're going to try 1080p, high settings, even though I know it's not going to run well. That's why we won't spend an enormous amount of time on it. But alright, let's go hop in and still get a little gameplay, because there's still some people that could probably play like this. Certainly not me, but I'm not everybody.
Let's set off. On foot, it won't take long to reach Hernand. But if you want to get to town quickly, we should ride there. You could ride with me, but I recently came across this wild horse. He won't let me ride him, but maybe he'll take a liking to you. What's that look for? Hernand used to be one of the nicest places to live. But with those bandits about, you're always looking over your shoulder.
It's that bad.
It's worse than ever now. The guard's been stretched thin, and it's impossible to keep the peace. It's us ordinary folk who are paying the price.
Hiya.
So now for 900p medium settings, still not playable. But I did notice we're able to use a little bit more memory and a little bit more RAM, so the extra memory, having that 24 gigs versus 16 is actually helping here a little bit. It doesn't really make it way more playable or anything, but at least now it should have its best chance. But anyway, let's get into the game.
I'm no fighter, but I know strength when I see it. That kind of skill will have people seeking you out, Greymane. Some will need your help, like me. But others will just want to see how they measure up to you. That's the only way a fighter can test their strength. Funny, isn't it?
So now 720p low settings on the X here. Definitely the best way to go if you want the most playable FPS. Doesn't look very impressive, but it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices if you want playable frame rates on these systems, especially if they're under minimum spec. So let's go get a little gameplay like this, then we'll try my settings and move on to the last ally after that.
Ah, we're nearly there. That horse seems fond of you, Greymane. A horse would make traveling a lot easier. Hernand's bigger than you might think.
So now for the settings I'd use, basically the same as on the Z1 Extreme white version. Gotta have some upscaling. Went with 900p. And mixture of medium and high and some lows. And it does not stay at 30 all the time, but even all low didn't, so I figured screw it. Let's at least make it a little bit nicer looking.
The air is tense.
Fine day for it, no?
Surely you could spare but one coin.
Bloody hell, he's strong. Oh, my arm.
Hey, look at him go. I told you.
I used to be quite the arm wrestler back in my day.
Champion. You ever seen anything so pathetic?
You've been missed.
How are you?
Yeah, what? What is it?
Hi.
Out with it then.
Let's have at it, eh? Sure you won't regret this. Why are you wasting my time?
So last up here we got our Xbox Ally X, and unfortunately we ran into a problem. I was going to do the exact same settings, high. I knew it wasn't going to probably be playable, but I wanted to test it just like we did on the rest of the stuff, but unfortunately it kept freezing on me no matter what. Tried like 10, 15 times, and no matter what, it had to freeze at a different spot. One time it even almost got me to the damn door and loaded in. I was like, oh yes, finally, but then it would like froze like probably 5 steps before it got to it. I was like, ah, fuck you. Anyway, let's go see what it does. So, unfortunately, this game on the Xbox Ally X did not want to let me play. Which is saddening, because I wanted to see how much better it was than the old ones. But apparently they're a little better than this guy in this particular retrospect. Sure, they can't play the game well, but they can at least get in there. But let's hop in. You'll also see how long it takes to get to all the various stages. It's not too bad on this system, considering it's under minimum specs. Not in every conceivable way, mostly just in the GPU department. But yeah, we kind of float through this PS2 logo world here. It's like the startup, just without all the creepy sounds. But anyway, you stand up, you think, oh shit, let's get in, let's start walking towards and getting into the game. But then it's like, haha, not so fast, buddy. You're not going nowhere. And frozen. No matter how long you let it sit there, it will never load. After I was done, I kind of let it sit there for like 3 or 4 minutes while I packed a new bowl. And still nothing. So, I was hopeful it would just come back, because it still plays music. So I was like, there's still a chance maybe. Maybe it'll come back if you wait a while. But nope, I don't think so. Unless you have to wait for like 30 minutes, but I mean, shit, who wants to do that? But that's pretty much that. I wished it would work, but unfortunately it doesn't, so I couldn't test it. We'll come back if it ever does work. Just for shits and giggles, we'll just give it its own video. But with that said, I guess we'll go wrap the video on up. So, let's get a little camera recorded gameplay here with my settings, which obviously are not the greatest for frame rates, but if I can't have 60, I try to make it look as good as it can while staying at around 30. Looks like we need to do another roll. What the hell are we doing now? Alright, the lantern is a useful tool. Yes, I do like to be able to see where I'm going. Yes, yes. Oh yeah. W lantern. Wouldn't be able to say see shit in here. Nope, nope. Let's follow these tubes. Probably supposed to follow the tubes. Very interesting looking world. Alright, I think it's doing something. We'll see if it freezes or does anything goofy. Nope, here we go.
Greymane? Greymane? Lost in thought again? Why don't we go inside? It's not safe out here. Come on. I only just fished you out the river. You won't fully heal without proper rest.
I'm well enough, thanks to you. It's time I moved on.
Are you really sure you're well enough?
No, not really, but...
You can stay as long as you like.
I'm fine, really.
I think you should stay a bit longer.
I'll be going now.
Very well. If you're heading into town, you should stop by the Hernand Tavern.
Oh?
News travels fast around here, so if there's any information to be found, you'll find it there.
You got an iron free, son?
I'll take care of this. Look, I already paid you.
We're here for the interest.
What interest?
Hey, kid, come here. Just
If
pay
you
up
could
and there
just-
won't be any trouble. We're not asking, we're telling.
We'll beat the interest out of you. Or make your maths go up in flames. Your choice. What are you gawking at? Stay will be your last.
Oh, that was easy.
I'm fine. Thank you. It's not the first time those
Yeah, definitely
bastards
not
have
best
made
for
it to
frame
me.
rates like this. If frame rate
Things
is
have
what
got
you're
so
concerned with,
bad.
I'd definitely just
I
play
was
this game
ready to
720p
pack up
low
and
and just
leave.
have it look like absolute crap. I mean, it already looks pretty bad
They
like
got
this,
what's
but
coming to them.
it looks even worse when you have to do
Thanks to you.
720p.
Where are you headed then?
Truth is, I'm also headed to Hernand.
Oh?
Can I tag along?
Why not? It'll be fun to have someone to talk to.
Let's set off. On foot, it won't take long to reach Hernand. But if you want to get to town quickly, we should ride there. You could ride with me, but I recently came across this wild horse. He won't let me ride him, but maybe he'll take a liking to you. What's that look for? Hernand used to be one of the nicest places to live.
I don't know
With those
what. There we
bandits
go.
about, you're always looking over your shoulder.
Half the time when they tell me what to do, it's blocked by my stats window in these games.
It's worse than ever now. The guard's been stretched thin, and it's impossible to keep the peace.
Anyway, though, why don't we go move on over to the next ally? Well, now let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay on the X here.
Out with it then.
Always glad to see your face. Is he really all right? Of course he is. You come on. Stop worrying.
Is there no one who can?
How are you doing, old man?
Nobody cares what I go through. I've got used to the indifference.
Well, that's nothing anyone should grow accustomed to. Here, I hope this can be of help.
How kind of you. A benevolent hand has finally reached me. Please, take this. I'm sure you will find a use for it.
What is this?
Virtue paves the path to wisdom, which shall bring us together once more. When the time comes,
Looks like a
the
key.
key shall guide you.
Is this some kind of riddle?
Indeed, it would be.
Wait,
Oh,
what
bye.
did you mean?
He just pieced out.
I've been hearing sobbing coming from underground.
Oh, oh, wrong way.
I wouldn't believe if you told me water is wet.
Investigate the sewer. Ah, so we're going straight down into the sewer, are we? Well, I would do that, but I don't want to be underground for any hour testing, so I guess we will just walk around the town and the landscape and just benchmark at this point. Because the last place I want to get is stuck underground. It sucks it can't just get a few more FPS. But yeah, even low doesn't stay above 30 all the time.
Perhaps I can help, friend.
Holy shit, you're enormous.
Well met, well met. I've spent half my life as a free sort, but there's days of mine to just walk away. A peaceful life, a home, a wife. I dream of those simple pleasures.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't look like the worst game I've ever played, but having to tone down stuff to this level and have to use FSR doesn't really do it justice. This is one of those games that you just need to play on a mid-range computer, I'd say. I'm sure a bunch of people could play like this, though. That's why I did it. Figure if I can't have my 60, I might as well try to do a mixture of trying to make it as playable as possible while not looking like absolute crap.
Hi.
But I do enjoy the fact that it's not like, oh my god, what are you doing? You can't go over there. Get into the sewers. Some games are just like, no, you do what we say. You have no say, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. This one's pretty much just like, oh no, you want to just go, go.
That will do. He knows his place now.
Hmm? Yeah, so it was like a little farm. Yeah, I'm excited to play this game for real, but I'm not playing nothing until I get done with my Trails of games. I'm on the last chapter of 3, finally. Anyway, I'd say this is a great spot to move on to the last ally. Alright guys, that's a wrap for Crimson Desert on the Asus Allies, and it was a somewhat playable experience to some on the Xbox, or not on the Xbox, on the normal X and the Z1 Extreme, but the Xbox Ally X refused to play. It let me get to like the screen where you start walking, and it's kind of like the loading screen. Very similar to the way Assassin's Creed games do their loading screens for the first time you load in. But after that, it always freezes, no matter how many times I try, no matter how many times I wait. It's got nothing to do with the graphics settings. The other older ones were able to do high, no problem. They didn't crash. They ran like shit, but they didn't crash. So that's not the reason. I still tried lowering them and everything anyway, but nope, couldn't get in there. No idea why. So have to come back and maybe try that out once that gets a driver update or something like that. Could be as simple as that. Or maybe there's something else in there that it hates about this system. Like I said, sometimes it fails compared to its older siblings, but it is what it is. Kinda would suck though if you gotta have the most expensive ally and you can own the face when the other two older ones can go in and play. Not well, but still play. Well, you can't. That's not very cool. Either way though, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, well, can't do peace out quite yet. We're able to move the finger quite a bit better than before, but not enough to bring it in like you're supposed to do a peace out. So, left-handed peace out, and until the next video.